Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 22nd January. A journey through time of 22nd January 2025. Wednesday. Today's date is 22nd January. Highlight in history. 1689. The Convention Parliament convenes to determine whether James II and VII, the last Roman Catholic monarch of England, Ireland and Scotland, had vacated the thrones of England and Ireland when he fled to France in 1688. 1808. The Portuguese royal family arrives in Brazil after fleeing the French army's invasion of Portugal 2 months earlier. 1824. The Ashantis defeat British forces in the Gold Coast. 1849. Second Anglo-Sikh War. The siege of Multan ends after 9 months when the last Sikh defenders of Multan, Punjab surrender. 1863. The January uprising breaks out in Poland, Lithuania and Belarus. The aim of the national movement is to regain Polish, Lithuanian, Ruthenian Commonwealth from occupation by Russia. 1879. The Battle of Isandlwana during the Anglo-Zulu War results in a British defeat. 1879. The Battle of Rorke's Drift, also during the Anglo-Zulu War and just some 15 km (9.3 miles) away from Isandlwana, results in a British victory. 1890. The United Mine Workers of America is founded in Columbus, Ohio. 1901. Edward VII is proclaimed King of the United Kingdom after the death of his mother, Queen Victoria. 1905. Bloody Sunday in St. Petersburg, beginning of the 1905 revolution. 1906. SS Valencia runs aground on rocks on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, killing more than 130. 1915. Over 600 people are killed in Guadalajara, Mexico when a train plunges off the tracks into a deep canyon. 1917. American entry into World War One. President Woodrow Wilson of the still neutral United States calls for peace without victory in Europe. 1919. Act Juluki is signed, unifying the Ukrainian People's Republic and the West Ukrainian National Republic. 1924. Ramsay MacDonald becomes the first Labour Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. 1927. Teddy Wakelam gives the first live radio commentary of a football match between Arsenal FC and Sheffield United at Highbury. 1941. World War II. British and Commonwealth troops capture Tobruk from Italian forces during Operation Compass. 1943. World War II. Australian and American forces defeat Japanese army and navy units in the bitterly fought Battle of Bunagona. 1944. World War II. The Allies commence Operation Single, an assault on Anzio and Nettuno, Italy. 1946. In Iran, Qazi Muhammad declares the Independent People's Republic of Mohabad at Chahar Chirag Square in Kurdish city at Mohabad. He becomes the new president and Haji Baba Sheikh becomes the prime minister. 1946. Creation of the Central Intelligence Group, forerunner of the Central Intelligence Agency. 1947. KTLA, the first commercial television station west of Mississippi River, begins operation in Hollywood. 1957. Israel withdraws from the Sinai Peninsula. 1957. The New York City Mad Bomber George P. Metesky is arrested in Waterbury, Connecticut, and charged with planting more than 30 bombs. 1963. The Elysee Treaty of Cooperation between France and West Germany is signed by Charles de Gaulle and Konrad Adenauer. 1967. Between dozens and hundreds of anti-Somocista demonstrators are killed by the Nicaraguan National Guard in Managua. 1968. Apollo program. Apollo 5 leaps of carrying the first lunar module into space. 1968. Operation Igloo White, a US electronic surveillance system to stop communist infiltration into South Vietnam begins installation. 1970. The Boeing 747, the world's first jumbo jet, enters commercial service for launch customer Pan American Airways with its maiden voyage from New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport to London Heathrow Airport. 1971. The Singapore Declaration, one of the two most important documents to the uncodified Constitution of the Commonwealth of Nations, is issued. 1973. The Supreme Court of the United States delivers its decisions in Roe v. Wade and Doe v. Bolton, legalizing elective abortion in all 50 states. 1973. The crew of Apollo 17 addresses a joint session of Congress after the completion of the final Apollo moon landing mission. 1973. A chartered Boeing 707 explodes in flames upon landing at Kano Airport, Nigeria, killing 176. 1973. In a bout for the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship in Kingston, Jamaica, challenger George Foreman knocks down champion Joe Frazier 6 times in the first 2 rounds before the fight is stopped by referee Arthur Mercante. 1984. The Apple Macintosh, the first consumer computer to popularize the computer mouse, the graphical user interface, is introduced during a Super Bowl 18 television commercial. 1987. Philippine security forces opened fire on a crowd of 10,000 to 15,000 demonstrators at Malacanang Palace, Manila, killing 13. 1992. Rebel forces occupy Jaire's national radio station in Kinshasa and broadcast demand for the government's resignation. 1992. Space Shuttle Program. The Space Shuttle Discovery launches on STS-42, carrying Dr. Roberta Bondar, who becomes the first Canadian woman and the first neurologist in space. 1995. Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Beat lead suicide bombing in central Israel near Netanya. Two guardians blow themselves up at a military transit point, killing 19 Israeli soldiers. 1998. Space Shuttle Program. Space Shuttle Endeavour launches on STS-89 to dock with the Russian Space Station in Mir. 1999. Australian missionary Graham Staines and his two sons are burned alive by radical Hindus while sleeping in their car in eastern India. 2006. Evo Morales is inaugurated as president of Bolivia, becoming the country's first indigenous president. 2007. At least 88 people are killed when two car bombs explode in the Bab al-Sarki market in central Baghdad, Iraq. 2009. US President Barack Obama signs an executive order to close the Guantanamo Bay detention camp. Congressional opposition will prevent it being implemented. 2024. Ram Mandir inaugurated by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh after 500 years of dispute. Thank you very much for your patience.